Do you wonder what Microsoft FastTrack service is? My name is Szymon Bochniak from Microsoft 365 at work. I will tell you how to use that service and why you should care about it. In this video, I would like to share the details of the Microsoft FastTrack service, which is something that you should be interested in if you're using Microsoft 365. Moreover, if your organization is starting the journey or executing the new services, new applications in the Office 365, Microsoft FastTrack will be the service that would help you to do that the best way and decrease costs connected with that. And as always, if you would like this video, please leave the thumbs up. If you want to get the notifications about the new videos, please subscribe. And first of all, I need to do some small disclaimer. I have the chance to work in the Microsoft FastTrack team, but this video is my personal comment about the service, not any kind of official statement from the Microsoft itself. Moreover, during the video, I would recommend you few official sources about Microsoft FastTrack scope, Microsoft FastTrack official website, where you will be able to find up-to-date, most current information about the service. The goal behind this video will be introduce you to what the service is, what kind of value it could bring to your organization, and if this will be worth to invest the time and your interest in that kind of support service from Microsoft. So let's start to talk about what Microsoft FastTrack really is. So I'm sure that you heard about this service, that this is something provided by Microsoft for the customers that using Microsoft 365 and Azure services. And in general, this is the consulting service provided for the customers with subscriptions of the Microsoft 365 and Azure services. In this video, I would focus on the Microsoft 365 aspect of the FastTrack services and consulting services around it. So first of all, why consulting services? FastTrack in most cases does not have any kind of hands-on experience on your environment. So you will get the access to the experts in the area of SharePoint, Exchange, Intune, identity or security or any other service, which will advise you how to deploy specific service or configure or migrate or adapt specific service around Microsoft 365 with best practices, with the very huge experience of these guys, because these are technical experts for this matter, that will advise you how to do it. But you need to have your IT technical team that will do the specific configuration or setup on your Microsoft 365 tenant. In general, you will find their enablement of the specific Office 365 application or Microsoft 365 service. In general, if you're starting or deploying the new application or new service in the Microsoft 365, there will be some kind of challenge on how to do it. FastTrack service could help you and guide you in the area of setting up this very initial setup of the services. Of course, later on I will tell you more about scope of the service, because this is not for everything, but still enablement of the new service is something that is in the core value of the FastTrack service itself. Another element is adoption of the Microsoft 365 applications. So what to do when the service is run or starting to be executed in the organization to bring users to work on that. And in this area, you can also get access to the adoption materials in the FastTrack website. I will go there in a moment and show you how to use it, where you can download ready to use adoption tools, adoptions materials for the very specific Office 365 applications that will help you to build champions programs, to engage C-levels management to using these applications, and to manage the whole adoption process itself. And for some applications, this kind of also adoption guidance are included as a part of the FastTrack service itself. The last element of the FastTrack service is migration services. And in this case, this is not the consulting service only, but also hands-on experience. Of course, you need to have a little higher number of the licenses to be eligible to get access to that kind of service. But in general, if you will be eligible to get that service, to have dedicated team that will migrate your mailboxes from Exchange on-premise to Exchange Online or other applications that are included in FastTrack, or to migrate the data from other systems like SharePoint on-premise or shared drives to SharePoint Online, OneDrive or Microsoft Teams. You can see that this could be very useful scenario in case that you executing your Microsoft 365 environment, and this is one exception from hands-on versus consulting service. So only migration is something where FastTrack will bring the engineers that will work on your environment. In every other aspects, this will be some kind of guidance, consulting and help for you, but you will need to have your IT team to do it. So I can imagine that it's starting to look quite promising, that kind of service you can get from Microsoft to help you to work with Microsoft 365, and the main question will be how much it will cost. In this case, there's no additional costs connected with that service, and you can consider, that's quite strange statement. Why not to tell that this service is free? Because it's not. You already paid for this service. So when you bought your subscriptions for the Microsoft 365, for the very specific services, for the specific licenses that you're paying probably monthly, the costs of the FastTrack services, all this support, help and consulting is included in this license. This is not something that you're getting for free, but you're getting that kind of services based on the licenses that you bought already from Microsoft. You can ask, okay, so how many licenses I need to buy to get the consulting services from Microsoft included in the Microsoft FastTrack? So in case of consulting services, you need at least 150 subscriptions. In case of migration, you need to more than 500. In both cases, these numbers are not that high, because I can imagine that most of the organizations have more than 150 subscriptions to be eligible to get the consulting services around Microsoft FastTrack. And how to think about it? So if you want to have support in the execution of the Viva connections or setup of the SharePoint, you need to have at least 150 subscription for the SharePoint. It could be bring from multiple type of licenses, but in summary, you need to have at least 150 subscription to get eligibility to get that kind of FastTrack service. Again, you can see this is not high number, but still remember that there are minimal numbers to be qualified to get the FastTrack service for your Microsoft 365 tenant. And there is also one additional important question about the service itself. Who will be the people that will provide that kind of service? And there are two scenarios. So you can get access to that kind of service provided by Microsoft itself, but it also could be provided by FastTrack Ready partner. And this is third-party company that is fully qualified to provide FastTrack benefit for the customers that are eligible for specific service connected with FastTrack. And there are also differences what you can expect from perspective of the services provided by Microsoft itself and what you can expect from the FastTrack Ready partner. In case of Microsoft, you need to remember that this will be fully remote service, so no people working on site in your office together with you in one room. there is limited scope of what will be included in the consulting work provided by Microsoft. I will get there soon and show you how to check what is included and what is not included in the scope of the FastTrack benefit provided for the customers. And what is also important, the support is provided in 12 languages listed on the FastTrack official website. In case of the FastTrack Ready partner, you can extend the way how the service is provided. So it could be remote service, it could be service provided on site in your premises. You can extend the scope of the service. So if you need support to do something, so again, you need to set up the SharePoint and you need somebody to sit down and set up the site, set up the permissions, communicate with the users inside your organization in behalf of you, FastTrack Ready Partner could extend FastTrack benefit scope for you, but all these additional elements, all these additional activities which are out of scope of FastTrack benefit, these are probably the things that you will need to pay for. So bought the services from the FastTrack Ready partner. And also this kind of services could be provided in any language. If it is highly required for your local branches or your local offices to get that kind of support in the local language, FastTrack Ready partner will fit to that kind of need perfectly well. And the final point, it looks very promising, but is it really worth to consider Microsoft FastTrack as something that you should include into your IT strategy or usage inside your organization? I recommend to do that. There are few elements that could really improve your organizations that FastTrack could provide to you. First of all, this is a service that you already own. You pay for it. Inside the cost of the licenses, there is the access and eligibility to get that kind of FastTrack service and FastTrack support. So it will be a little waste of money to not use that kind of service. Of course, in most cases, this is not hands-on experience, so there's not the IT team that will jump into your organization and do the project in behalf of you. But in case of services provided by Microsoft or FastTrack Ready partner, you could expect that it could decrease of costs of your project's executions for 20, maybe 30%. And this is the feedback that you can hear from the customers that using FastTrack in general. This is not the scenario that FastTrack will take over the project and decrease the cost for 100%, but still it could give you 20, 30% cost decrease of the project, so it's still worth to consider it. Moreover, you can get access to the experts in the area of that specific technology that you are focusing at the moment. Maybe in your organization you have the administrators that have high-level understanding of Intune, but you need to get the Intune experts that will help you to deploy that kind of solution for whole organizations, and you can get quick and easy access to that kind of expertise from FastTrack team, from Microsoft or FastTrack Ready partner without any additional costs. And these are the elements that I want to highlight as something why it's worth to consider FastTrack as a part of most of your projects when you're deploying the new services which are part of the Microsoft 365. So again, this is not the magic solution to decrease the whole cost of the project, but still this could be something that significantly will help you to improve the quality and decrease the costs. So that's why I'm recommending that if you never try Microsoft FastTrack service, try it. In the next part of the video, I will tell more how to check what is included in the specific scope of the FastTrack, and moreover, how to get that kind of help and how to get access to the adoption materials that are included and provided by FastTrack for free, and whatever number of the licenses you have in the organization. I can imagine that you could be already interested in what FastTrack is and how to use it in your organization. In this step, I would like to show you how to use it, how to request the new services, and how to log into the FastTrack service itself through FastTrack website. And to get as much as possible value from perspective of FastTrack service. So first of all, you need to open FastTrack site. You will find the link to it in the description of the video, and as soon as you will open it, try to sign it in the big sign in button on the left side of the screen. You will be asked to select your Microsoft 365 account, and as soon as you will do that, you will get to the first initial screen on the Microsoft FastTrack registration. Fill out the data presented in here and we will move to the next step. As soon as you will fill out the form, you can see very basic information in here. Click Save and you will be navigated to the main FastTrack website. This is your FastTrack website. It's worth to visit this site whenever number of licenses you have there, because what you can see, you can request the assistance from Microsoft 365, and if you will open it, you will be navigated to the few steps wizards where you can select very specific service and request help from Microsoft in deployment of such service. Filling that process will require some information from you, like number of the users, plan for the next activities, owners of the projects, and contact information to the specific people in the organization. So prepare that information ahead before you will sign up for the service itself. Moreover, this form will validate which services you are validated through gray out or colorful icons. So this is also something that will help you to recognize where you are eligible to get the support from Microsoft and where not. And as soon as you won't need support for the specific service, just select the service and move forward. In this case, I'm using some kind of demo tenant, so you can see that all services are gray out for me. But in your case, if you have more than 150 subscriptions, then you will be able to request the service directly from here. But remember, prepare all necessary information like contact information, description of the project, plus information about your company itself. One more thing which I also want to highly recommend you from this place is check self-guided resources. In case your organization is smaller, this is the place where you can find advanced deployment guides which will help you to go through specific deployments that will be navigated through videos to documentation. This will be deployment guides that you will open in your Microsoft 365 admin center, and this is available for everyone. Moreover, you have access to the adoption tool. So something I mentioned in the previous steps, this place will give you the access to the specific deployment materials that will be focused on the adoptions of the Power Platform, Microsoft 365 itself, SharePoint, OneDrive and more. And all these materials are available for you for free, so you can download them directly from this FastTrack website. Again, this is huge value which you can use whenever number of the licenses you will have. So as you can see, FastTrack Portal is something that could be very useful for you. If you want to request assistance from FastTrack, use Request Assistance with Microsoft 365. If you want to use self-guided advanced deployment guide, select that, and you will also find their adoption materials that you can download for your organization. Another resource I would like to recommend you is the documentation, so doc site for the Microsoft FastTrack, where you will find very detailed information about service itself. What kind of languages are supported in the area of the services provided by Microsoft, requirements about the eligibility of the specific service and how to calculate that, what kind of plans are included, and what is the scope of the FastTrack service itself, which could be quite important. Especially if you will go to the migration, you will find here exact information, how the migration looks like, what is the source environment that could be supported, and same thing for the information about the data migration. Of course, you can see this is quite detailed documents that describe in quite formal way how FastTrack works, what are the requirements and what is the scope of the service. What I would recommend you, if you want, review that. At the same time, what you can do is go to the FastTrack portal, see what is eligibility for your Microsoft 365 tenant there, request the service and talk with the person, so with the FastTrack manager who will be assigned to your request, and that person will clarify everything, how it works, what could be offered in the service, and how the collaboration with FastTrack could look like. I imagine that it will be more user-friendly approach to gather that knowledge. I hope now you have better understanding what Microsoft FastTrack is and how it could help your organization to use Microsoft 365 applications and services in more efficient way, and maybe improve or speed up the deployment projects connected with them. Again, if you have any doubts about your engagement or service itself, I encourage you to start the engagement with the FastTrack manager, and this way you can get the better understanding what you can really achieve and start the collaboration from very early stage. As I mentioned, there's no additional costs on your side. The only thing you need to do is to invest your time here. I highly recommend to use Microsoft FastTrack as a service during your projects, especially that this is the service that you already bought and you paid for it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.